was really great. It was really great. And then I had 3 guitar stories from last week. So the third story is that I have a little nephew who is 18 months old. And I don't think he's ever like seen, like, sit on the couch and watch somebody play guitar. And I had my little traveling guitar with me, and I brought a book of kid songs. And so I was singing some songs for him and playing guitar, and I taught him how to strum it, you know?
Yeah.
And I was doing the chords and singing it.
And
he was like locked on there, like, it was so cool. It was like transformative for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was very cool. That was very cool. So it was a good week.
Yeah, that's a memory that's going to live in his brain forever, you know?
I think so. He was just, he couldn't believe it. You know, it was just like so interesting to him, you know? So it was great. And I mean, there's just the idea of sound coming out, and I'm connected to that, and my auntie is singing to me, and the, you know, just music, it was really magical for him. And of course it was magical for me because I got to see that, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was really good.
Wow. That's really amazing. So,
so
the music calmed your mom, was calming your mom. And then did she remember any of the songs that you played? I mean, did you play anything that she might, you know or remember?
You know, no, she wasn't, it wasn't like she was actually, you know, tracking me playing. It was just like the sound was able to relax her.
Yeah.
Almost like, do you know the, are you a Harry Potter fan?
Not super familiar with Harry Potter.
Okay. Anyway, there's a 3-headed dog that guards the Sorcerer's Stone, and you, of course, he's there for a reason because he's going to guard the stone. But you lull him to sleep with a harp, and if you know that secret about him, he's no longer ferocious. He just relaxes and he sleeps, you know, and you get by and you get the stone. Anyway, it was like that, you know. It was just like she just relaxed, you know, and anyway, it was very cool because it, you know, she's so anxious and it's really hard.
Yeah,
you know?
I imagine it would be.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great. Yeah, I used to play guitar for at like adult daycare centers and retirement homes.
Oh.
So you're just kind of reminding me of like, music really, that's why they had the music program.
Right.
You know, because it has an impact on people's quality of life when they're older. I mean, you know, any age, but.
Yeah. Very much. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So.
I don't know. It's like we should all have music. It's as important as, I don't know, food maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the reality is, the more and more studies are being done on the impact of music. It's like, it's better than, you know, in some cases it's better than like medication, you know, so.
Right. Well, and now we have the equipment to be able to track what goes on in your brain.
That's right. Technology is amazing. So, and then, and that's great that your brother,
oh gosh, we had so much fun. And, you know, it was like a new way to connect to him.
Yeah.
There are pretty limited channels, you know, and it was so fun for both of us. We just had a great time.
Wow. Great. Huh. And so did you tune your guitar down?
Yeah, I did the D. So we were both tuned in the same.
Right, D-A-D, F sharp.
D. Right. So, you know, and he's been playing that way for a while, and so he knows some chords, and, you know, he has different patterns that he plays and stuff.
Right. I'm just checking because there's a song. I'm just checking the tuning on a song that I've been working on. And I'm thinking it might be that D-A-D.
Oh, yeah?
F sharp A-D. Well, at any rate, it's a lot of fun to play around with the altered as we got to experience
Yeah, for sure.
altered tunes. Yeah, so if you tune down to like D, A, D, F, A, D, that's D minor tuning. So
Yeah.
basically, let's see, I'm just checking here. If a song is in D minor, so for example, if somebody wanted to do like a chord melody arrangement of a song and it's in D minor, it's not exactly cheating, but it does make it easier if the guitar is tuned to D minor. So that's one way that some people create, arrangements of songs, is they just change the tuning of the guitar.
Well, how do you know then, if it says play a C chord, how do you know what a C chord is?
In a D minor tuning?
Yeah.
Well, that's where knowing the theory works. So you need to know where to find the notes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just know that.
Yeah, or at least
you've memorized it. Well, not really. You haven't memorized it in a different tuning.
Right. It's you have to. It's like learning guitar all over again. So you have to find shapes of each tuning has, these chords that you already know and love, but they're just played differently. So it's finding those shapes. And in general, we're talking to like 2 fingers.
Oh.
So not like 3, not 4 fingers, but just 2.
So they're not the same caged shapes?
Not at all. No. That's why it's like playing. It's almost like playing another stringed instrument.
Yeah, as I say, it's a different instrument.
Yeah. But so what did you do with your brother? Did he play the chords that he already knows how to play, or?
Yeah, well, he just, did some, some finger stuff and moving around and, and then strumming and I just kind of did the same. And, it sounds good. I mean, it wasn't like, sit and listen in a cafe type of thing.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, but you were making music together. So
we were.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, those are some truly amazing stories that, that's really inspiring. Thanks for letting me know. So in the meantime, did you work on anything that we've gone over? Did you think about holiday stuff?
Yeah, so I did do a little bit of work on Syne. I've been back for a couple of days, and so I've kind of been focusing on that. And I did listen to the lesson again. I need to go through the lesson again now that I can play it a little bit better, because it'll be even more helpful to me. So one question I had was, is that link gonna stay good just on Vivo? Or?
Yeah, it should stay good.
Do I need to download that, or just I just click on that?
I think you can just click on it. I mean, I think you can download it if you wanted to, but it should just stay there. I mean, I'm not gonna, like, change my account.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll just leave it there, because obviously it's a lot of data.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot of data, and that's a part of why. I literally spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to send you a video, and realized, people can't send videos. Like, you can't send a video. So and everybody else, all my other students, they just haven't taken me up on the recording yet. Like, they know I can record. So I realized, so nobody's asked for it, but it's great, because actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how to make I have a YouTube channel for students. So, and there's a way to make it. And I tried to do it with your lesson. I mean, but I didn't want to, it would just be private. Like, you would have private access to it.
Right.
So at any rate, but because it's so big, YouTube wouldn't let me do it. So at any rate, I'm going to, I have I have to like compress. So I need to get a program where I can compress the video lessons is what I have to do. Because right now, that one lesson that we did with you know, last week or whenever it was, the week before, that's pretty much taken up all the space on that Vimeo channel. So, yeah. So I'm gonna have to figure out like so now I'm recording this lesson, but I'm gonna have to somehow compress it.
Yeah.
And so that it's not taken up. So it's not a huge file. So at any rate,
right.
we're working on it.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be really good. I mean, and then it's a permanent thing. I mean, you went over the fingering and, you know, the timing, and I can refer to that.
That's right.
And it's like really awesome. I mean, the second time I listened to it was really good. You know, it's like
great,
very helpful. But as I progress and learn more about, you know, kind of be more familiar with the piece, it's helpful to listen to it again, you know. And so the other thing too is that when I was listening to it, you know, just as feedback for you, I've in order to be able to talk about it on a recording, and just to, you know, well, anyway, it's going to be on a recording. So, you know, when you talk about in measure 8, you know, is, you know, something, this happens in measure 8 and you use your third finger, you know, to get to the A or something. But, you know, to refer to the measure. Because then
refer to the measure number?
Yeah, it's really clear to me where you're at, you know, instead of just trying to figure out what piece you're talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in general, I try to do that, but it sounds like that didn't.
Yeah. Well, I was doing it during the recording because I knew that I was going to need to be able to refer back to it.
Okay.
So, you know, I say it in the recording. But anyway, it's just really good I've numbered all the measures, you know. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because then when you go back, you know right where you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if there's any question, let me know.
Yeah. But just in general, when you're recording, going over a piece.
Okay.
I did have some. Well, okay. So there's a few things. Some are kind of technical, some are general. I'll do the general things first. So, would there be would you call it a samba backbeat that you could play on YouTube that would go with this? Would that be appropriate?
Yeah. Didn't you find a backing track?
Yeah, for the Jack Johnson song.
You didn't find one for the Syne?
No, I haven't looked yet.
I think there is one. So.
Oh, specifically for this song?
I thought I saw a backing track for this one.
Oh.
I mean, I'd be surprised if there wasn't. If there's one for Jack Johnson.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
So just Google backing track. Is that the technical term?
I'll just check it right now, real quick.
And obviously, you know, I can't play it at speed. It's way fast, you know. I mean, I can hardly play it yet, let alone at speed.
So if I go on YouTube and I put backing track Syne, there's several backing tracks.
Okay. All right, awesome. And then on YouTube, if I'm on my desktop.
People think Californians like.
Of course, there's an ad.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's. Can you hear that? Yeah. So they started with the guitar, probably just so you know where you are. So that's really cool. They have bass. So they have bass and a guitar, bass, and percussion.
Oh, and then they start the recording with the guitar so that you know where to come in.
Yeah, so it starts with the guitar, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got a reference point.
Okay.
So there's several.
Yeah, excellent.
So that's really pretty amazing. The thing is, the recorded version, I mean, he plays it really fast, like
yeah, I know.
really fast. I mean, almost like, I feel like it sounds nice, just a little bit slow. Like it actually sounds a little nicer, a little bit slower.
Agreed.
So just FYI, if you try to play along with the original, it plays it really fast.
Well, I have it in song loop, so I can dial it way down.
Yeah, that's great. Because it's a really beautiful song. And
it is, yeah. And once you, like you said, once you get the patterns, it's not hard.
No, it's not. If you've been playing like you've been playing, pretty dedicated, I think that the chord shapes are mostly familiar.
Yeah. So the other thing I wasn't sure about was, so I haven't attempted the bridge yet. And I'm still working on that front part, the first 2 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to right now, but as far as how the song is structured, like, once I get to the bottom of page 2, what happens? Where does it go back to? I'm not seeing a lot of direction there, like codas and stuff.
Right. I think on page 2, it actually does that twice, and then it goes to the bridge.
So the complete page twice, you just go right back from measure 24 all the way back to 9.
Right. Back to measure 9. Let me think about that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because instead of going to the B/A, then it goes to C sharp minor. But let me double check it. I was going to map it out. I realized, obviously it'd be helpful to have it mapped out, like verse. And I would just call page 2 like the verse.
Yes.
You just, and I'm pretty sure that whole thing, it's kind of like there are 2 sections in the verse, but I'm pretty sure it happens. It gets played through twice, and then the third time it goes to the bridge, and then the 4th time you play page 2 again. I'm pretty sure that's it, but.
Yeah, so then, right, so 2 times through on page 2,
Mm-hmm.
then you play the bridge page.
Bridge, and then page 2 again. Yeah. But I'll map it out.
Okay.
And write it out. Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes right now.
Okay.
Actually, the section where it's going A, D/F sharp would make more sense. Let me see. At measure. What's the measurement number? Looking at 2 different things here. Measure 17, where it goes. Yeah. Yeah, that part is actually, I think I actually did separate that part from the that part is like section A. So there's we haven't talked about song structure too much, but there's this whole thing of like A, B, A, sometimes a C, section C. Well, the bridge would be a section C. But at any rate, so section A would be measures 9 to 16.
Mm-hmm.
Section B would be 17 through 24. So it basically, and it's really common to do A, B, A, B, which is essentially, I think, what's happening. And then go to the bridge, and then it's A, B, and it ends on the B section, right? So that and it repeats that.
Yeah.
Oh, it seemed like he kind of repeats the B section quite a bit. I didn't.
Yes, he does.
I didn't
Yeah.
count it yet.
Yeah.
It's probably 4 times. There's, just like with chords and chord progressions and all that, there is sort of a pattern that most songs follow. So, and endings. So doing that B section about 4 times is probably what he did. And then the last chord, well, we didn't go over the bridge and all that, but the last chord is just where you bar at the 2nd fret, right, and then your pinky is on the 1st string, 5th fret.
Yeah, the A.
And he just kind of plucks it.
Yeah.
So, so let me map it out a little better.
Okay.
It's not clear. The repeats are not put in this music.
Right.
So. Just seeing. No, it doesn't say anything.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not critical right now, but if you can let me know. Yeah, and I totally get that section part, because I was saying, I'm going to make a song loop section for 17 through 24, because that's the most common set of bars in the song.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to practice those 8 bars, So anyway, I haven't done it yet in YouTube, because I feel like I can't quite play it well enough. Well, okay, so that leads me to my other issue, and that is using the thumb on the 6th string, causing me a lot of pain and anxiety. And I'd like to see about using alternate fingering, which doesn't seem to me like it would be very hard to do.
No, not at all.
That's D, F sharp, D add 9, E7, that progression there.
Yeah, I'm just writing song structure.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I was reaching with my thumb and trying to use my other. I got arthritis in my hands, and it's like, wow, why should I do this if I don't have to?
No. So any song, there's more than one way. Usually there's more than one way to play it. That John Knowles song that you have, I mean, he did a specific way. It was, that song, his arrangement, it was a little trickier to come up with workarounds, but with this we can certainly, and I've seen different people play this song differently. So you're talking about that A section?
The B, well, it's in both.
So where you're doing E/G sharp? You can see me all right.
Well, D slash F sharp.
Oh, the V section, D slash.
B section, yeah. I mean, I think it's in the A section too.
Well, yeah. So when you're in the A section, it's when you're going for the E slash G sharp, right?
Right. Yeah.
But there's a different way to do that too. So, so you could just do. You can just basically go from A. And you can finger the A, one of two different ways. You can finger it the way that I recommended. It's just to go from A to D sharp with that fingering. You got to move your index has to kind of come out from behind your middle finger. Or you could play the A chord with index, middle, and ring, and then basically your middle finger.
I'm sorry, I'm lost. So if we're starting
So
at
it's
9 and then go to 10. Is that where we're working?
No, I was at bar 17. So
we're at
yeah, I can back up and go to bar 9.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so if you're on bar 9, let's go to bar 9. All right, so in that case, so what you would do is use your index, but you have to, because we need to get that open E string, you're going to have to kind of not bar the E string. So I don't know if this is easy or doable or
for the BA.
So bar 9, you would play A with your index at bar 2.
Can I just do the 3-finger A and slide it up to BA?
Yeah, or you can do that.
That's the fingering that we had to begin with.
Yeah, I'm just trying to set you up for the E slash G sharp.
Right.
So this is another way that I've seen people play it, is that you could use your index and then, so your index is basically at bar 2, at bar 4, and then it reaches over at bar 4 to get the G sharp, and then playing with your middle and ring. Your middle finger would be on the 2nd string, 5th fret, and your ring finger would be on the 4th string, 6th fret. So this would be still bar 9, E slash G sharp. Or you can do what you just mentioned, which is to finger as we've gone over, but then you need to go out of position and quickly do a bar. You see what I'm saying?
Why do you have to bar there?
To get the G sharp. This is to avoid, because you said using your thumb is too difficult, right?
Okay, right.
So this is the workaround, because we have to get that G sharp on the 6th string, 4th fret.
Got it. Okay.
And so when I've seen other people play this, they use their index, because then your index is already just right there. But you can also use the fingering we already went over, which is not using your index finger at bar 2, bar 4, but then immediately put your index to work.
Yeah.
And it's basically like playing a bar chord.
So otherwise you would do the,
Can you move your music stand slightly forward so I can see your, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, so that's just an alternate because then your index is kind of like already right there.
oh yeah, but it's not a full bar that you're playing up to that point.
Right, but your index is a little bit more in position to get the full bar. So whatever is easiest for you, because both are correct. Yeah,
Okay.
either one is correct.
Yeah. Okay. Play the
Yeah, and it's a little tricky because you have to, you're doing like a partial bar.
For A and then B A.
On strings 432, 432, fret 2, fret 4,
and then full bar.
and then full bar. So it's just a way that I've seen some people play it.
Yeah. All right. I'll probably go with the original fingering, and then I'll try it. I'll try it both ways. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way is fine. So you can just use the fingering we went over for A/B, sliding it up, and then go to, I mean, yeah, it's not that big of a deal to go from this position to that position.
Right, and you're only reaching for one note in the 5th fret. Not like you're trying to get 3 notes in the 5th fret.
Yeah.
Okay, so then for the D/F sharp in measure 17.
Right. So the workaround from that is, so what I was saying when we were in 2 different places.
Sorry.
That's right. So you can use either fingering for A, and then you would just use your index, middle, and ring for D/F sharp. So my index is on the 6th string, 2nd fret, middle finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and my ring finger's on the 2nd string, 3rd fret.
Yeah.
So this is at measure 17.
Yeah. This is in landslide, this thing. With that fingering, I believe.
Yeah. You know, I mean, and you could also use a different fingering for A, which would be index, middle, ring, because then your
yeah, you're right there.
I'm so used to playing it the other way, but yeah.
I know, right? But in other places, you need to play it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can just see. Yeah, I mean, you'll get it. I mean, just after a few times of playing it, you'll wire the different way of doing it. Because I definitely don't want you to be feeling in pain or feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I'm going to change that fingering. So it's for the D/F sharp, it's index, middle, and ring. So it's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so just index, middle, and ring.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's really would be awkward to do middle, ring, and pinky. Because Your options for playing that D/F sharp are three. There's three options, right? So the one with the thumb, one with index, middle, and ring. There's also middle, ring, and pinky, but I would go with index.
Yeah, why do that? Yeah. Yeah, and then your index is nearby to be able to hit that first fret, third.
Oops, that's loud.
Okay. Very helpful.
Yeah, any other great questions?
No, just the structure. You know where that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna map that out. I'll
Yeah.
try to get that to you ASAP.
All right. And I was looking at my holiday songs, and I dusted off Auld Lang Syne, which I love that song.
Yeah, well, that's a classic.
Yeah, and it speaks to my known relatives from Upper England or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I just love that. You know, it's a very, very, very old song. It's from
It's
from Robbie Burns. You know, it's Irish, I think. No, he's Scottish.
Scottish. Yeah,
Scottish.
I was thinking it was Scottish. So
Yeah, it's Scottish, right?
yeah, it's an old Scottish tune.
Right.
I mean, Auld Lang Syne. I think that's Gaelic or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, are you part Scottish or?
No, it just appeals to me, so
Oh, okay.
I'm making it up.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's okay. Well, we're all kind of a mix of everything anyways, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom is part English. But.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll spend more time on this now this week. I have more time.
Yeah, and Auld Lang Syne, that's the finger picking version, right? Or is it the singing version?
I have like 5 different versions of that. Literally.
Well, you just let me know which one you want to focus on, and that's right. I'm remembering because you were going to sing it on the beach in Mexico or something.
Yeah.
Sang it on the beach in Mexico for New Year's.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. So.
Wow, good memory.
It must be that version that. Yeah, it's the version that's just chords and the lyrics and the melody.
Yeah. But I literally have 3 chord melody versions and 2 just chord with lyric versions. So.
Yeah, the 3. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah, I won't send you any more Auld Lang Syne.
No, I'm good. Please.
Okay.
There's only so much good cheer you can have.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let me know, and then so I have you down for next week.
Yep.
On Tuesday at 4:15. That will be on Zoom. And
yeah. Yep. So this worked out great.
Awesome. Yeah, the quality looks really very good on my end. So
it's very good on my end too.
Great. So we shouldn't really have any more technological hiccups, except for
That's exciting.
It's going to take me the lag time between getting you the video.
Yeah.
It'll be a little.
But so like for this one, I don't feel like it's as important.
Okay.
Because I mean, there's certain things that really make sense to record. I don't feel like I need this lesson.
Oh, okay.
But that last one, totally. When we're going over a new thing, and I wrote down the fingerings that we just went over, so I got that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that was the only really technical thing that I needed.
Okay. Great. All right. Well, I will see you next Tuesday at 4:15 on Zoom, and I'll send you a link.
Okie dokie.
So, okay, well, keep up the great work, and I'm really very happy to hear your success stories with guitar.
Yeah. Well, you can keep the recording because it's better living through guitar, definitely.
Better living through guitar. Oh my gosh, Carolyn, that is great.
It is.
That is a great line.
Well, that was my last week.
Better living through guitar. Okay, do I have your permission to use that?
Yeah.
That's a. All right, great.
All right.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Okay. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.